I recently went up to South Carolina and I tried to film as much of the trip as I could. I went up there to plant some food plots and help my uncle out on his hunting camp. I find South Carolina super beautiful and I wanted to film this trip for a long time. I've done it twice before, but I haven't filmed it. And the work out there is unlike work I've done in the past. It's kind of difficult to find ranch or outdoor work without really committing to that as a full-time job. So here's my full trip, and we're already road tripping up to South Carolina. I try to get some work done, but these guys have some crazy stories, and I'll let you hear one.
The cable broke, and he went off of the aircraft carrier, and the aircraft carrier went over top of the airplane he was in, and he come up on the other side of the aircraft carrier right there and survived.
I decided to get some rest after listening to more of their crazy stories, and once we got to camp, we got right to work. I helped hook up the trailer to the truck, and we headed out to the mechanic to pick up our tractor that we're going to be using this weekend. We got the tractor all loaded up and we headed back into town to get some food at Food Lion. Then we headed back to camp because we had to get some work done before going to sleep. The work involved pulling some water jugs over to the barn to fill them up with water, and we also had to put a seeder on the back of the tractor, as you'll see here in a second. Once we loaded the tractor back up onto the trailer, we were done for the night, and I went to go relax. With our first day completed, I went ahead and unpacked and got ready for bed. You can't be afraid of animals or eyes in the dark at a hunting cabin because you're going to see a few. I woke up in the morning and I immediately read this funny sign that they have in their living room. This hunting camp is, let's say, highly decorated, and the theme fits quite well with what these guys like to do up here. Even the salt and pepper shakers are shotgun shells. Once I got breakfast, I got to work by getting some ice for the coolers, and then we put some seed on the back of the truck because we're going to need it for planting today. Once we got all loaded up, we headed into town because we had to pick up some more supplies. We stopped at the Ace Hardware, and as you can see, this is a hardware store in the South. They got a wall full of guns, and I even thought about getting myself one. There's a nice little revolver here with an American flag on it. Freedom, baby. Once we were loaded up with literally hundreds of pounds of seed, we headed out to the hunting camp. As I filmed the field, I noticed two hawks circling above. I managed to get a shot of them through the trees, and it was quite amazing to see how big they were. We unloaded the tractor and then we disconnected the trailer. But we had to spend a little time figuring out exactly how to use this seeder. Once we got everything ready, Tommy went ahead and got in the tractor and started planting. We debated using a crimper on the back of another tractor just to remove the previous crop, but as you can see here in the footage, the tractor with the seeder did a pretty good job by itself. With not much to do myself at this point, I decided to take a break and grab me a cold drink. After finishing my drink, I went ahead and put out some bags of minerals. The deer love this because it helps their antlers grow, and we put out, I think, a total of about 5 bags. The work out here can sometimes be kind of tough, but it's just so gorgeous out here in the middle of nowhere. That is a damn old house. We head back to camp, and I immediately went to go forage for some Scuppernong grapes. Unfortunately, I was a little bit late this season, and I only managed to find a few, but these things are so good. I think last time I was here, I ate about 40 of them. Once night fell, we headed out for dinner to Lester's Barbecue, and this place is amazing. I love it. I didn't want to film too much inside because I didn't want to be rude, but I managed to film a little bit. With a full stomach, we had to sleep for day 3. I got up in the morning, and the first thing I did was I defrosted some steaks for dinner. Then I went ahead and helped Kevin with loading up his truck, and we headed out to the camp. The first thing we did is we detached this cool trailer blind thing, and then we got back to work planting.
I told you he was going to camp up with Granddad. That's why your granddad.
Since we were doing a blend, we had to mix the seed together to make sure that we got an even distribution. Tommy went ahead and started planting the field, and Kevin and I went over to the other tractor to get it ready.
Yeah, it's loosened up. I'm going to crank it up and shoot it out the main line.
We were spraying some plot starter on the field just to help the plants grow a little quicker. And I'd never driven a tractor before, so I went ahead and hopped up, and Kevin gave me a whole quick lesson. Once Kevin let me know everything he could about driving a tractor, we went ahead and filled up the tank with what we were going to be spraying today. Now in this sped up footage it looks a little bumpy, but it was actually not that bad. And once you figure out how to drive the thing, I can't lie, I was having a lot of fun out there. On some of the small trails we have going through the property, I actually managed to get the tractor up to about 25 miles an hour maybe, so it was kind of fun. However, noise canceling headphones were a must. This thing is loud. As I wrapped up spraying the fields, Kevin went ahead and told me what my next job was going to be. Since Tommy was still busy planting on some of the other fields, they wanted me to go ahead and replant with the hand seeder. I actually don't mind this kind of mundane work. It's kind of therapeutic, actually. By the way, look at this knife that Kevin gave me. Thanks, Kevin. I went ahead and completed my last task of the day, planting this last field. And then we went on a golf cart ride throughout the property. And these guys almost let a gigantic spider crawl on my head.
Yeah. You're a fucking asshole.
With the day over, we went ahead and cooked up some steaks for dinner. And I'll let you be the judge if this looks like a delicious dinner or not. And that was my third and final day at the hunting camp.